Realizing there was indeed a problem in my life, and that the things that were part of my normal were in fact not normal, was a wake-up call for me. However, it was only the very first step in a very long process. What happened next I've come to understand as necessary, but I also now understand how important it is to play the blame game for the least amount of time possible. It's necessary for healing and forward motion, but if left unchecked, it will take over and hold you back from any progress whatsoever. When I played the blame game, I was the champion. I blame my parents for teaching me right from wrong, for being living examples of the belief system they held for themselves, for holding themselves accountable to others amid persecution, and for turning the other cheek when they were treated poorly. I would silently rage that they taught me to be a good person and thus made me responsible for things that I didn't want to be responsible for. If only I didn't know better, I could treat this person exactly how they deserve to be treated. Or if I didn't know better, I could cheat and get ahead like that person did as well. I felt justified in my irritation when other people's actions, when they deserved to be punished. Those people deserved the evil that befell them. Who can argue with that, really? We talk about karma and fate, recompense and vengeance. Isn't that what people who sin deserve? I blamed my husband for the feelings of desolation, hurt, and fear. I blamed him that I had no friends, that I didn't fit in anywhere, and that all my hopes and dreams seemed swallowed up in the dark, swirling vortex of hopelessness. He deserved that blame. After all, he was responsible for it all. He caused it all. He was in control. While all of these things I just mentioned were true, they actually weren't my reality. My reality was my own choices. I was the one in control. I was the one that processed what I had been taught and put into action how I lived it. I was the one that chose to hold myself to the same belief system of my parents. I was the one that was taking on responsibility for others' actions. I was the one that needed to let go of the expectations that I held myself to and the ones that I perceived I was being held to. I was the one that wasn't thinking for myself and therefore was unable to take responsibility for my own life. I was my own worst enemy when I played the blame game. I was playing a lose-lose game. I was playing a game that was literally sucking the life out of me. I was losing at my own game of life. I had a severe case of victim mentality that was threatening my very existence. It was time to start thinking for myself. It was time to move forward with my life. The blame game was game over.